Cain Dingle has already faced a difficult and chaotic beginning to 2026, yet the turmoil around him is far from finished. In upcoming Emmerdale episodes, his situation becomes even more perilous when he is violently hit by a car. A tense new clip hints at 3 main suspects who might be behind the incident. Each of them has reasons that could distract them while driving, but the question remains, who will be the one to send Cain to the hospital? Before this shocking event, Cain visits Moira Dingle in prison and discovers that her murder charges are being dropped. Although this brings some relief, it is soon overshadowed as she still faces accusations related to modern slavery, and she also requires an MRI scan at the hospital. When Moira reaches the hospital, Liam Kavanagh steps in with a plan to assist his close friend. He conceals Cain in a changing room and carefully arranges a moment where Moira can enter without any police presence. After leaving them alone, Cain and Moira quickly share an intimate moment. Later, Cain confides in Moira about his worries regarding the operation, and she comforts him, promising that they will face whatever comes next together. Feeling uplifted after their secret meeting, Cain returns home and hands Kyle the keys to his new vehicle. As Cain leaves wishing well on his way to the hospital, he receives a call from Moira. Moments later, he is struck by a car. The latest clip confirms that Jacob Gallagher, Kerry Wyatt, and Graham Foster are the 3 individuals who could be responsible for hitting Cain. All 3 are currently dealing with stressful circumstances, increasing the chance they may not be fully focused while driving. Kerry is struggling with Eric Pollard, interfering in her relationship with Jai Sharma. Graham, though enigmatic, is driven by his feelings for Rona Goskirk. With Rona set to choose between Graham and Marlon Dingle in upcoming episodes, Graham may get behind the wheel after facing rejection. The third possible suspect is Jacob. He is working as a doctor at Houghton General, but is under immense pressure due to the harsh treatment from his superior, Dr. Todd. The big question remains, who will endanger Cain's life? Emmerdale's Rona faces a stern warning as she finally speaks out about her complicated love triangle. In the upcoming episode, Rona Goskirk receives a cautionary message as she struggles to decide between her marriage to Marlon Dingle and her past relationship with Graham Foster. The torn vet is eventually pushed to make a choice, but it comes down to whose heart she is willing to hurt. Since Graham made his return earlier this year, it has been obvious that unresolved feelings still exist between him and Rona. Although she is married and content, she finds herself questioning what her life might have been like if Graham had never left. After discovering his one-night encounter with Kim Tate, a devastated Rona chooses to refocus on Marlon and tells Graham to stay out of her life. However, unexpected circumstances have brought them back into each other's orbit, and their strong chemistry is evident to everyone around them, including Marlon. In Monday's episode, Rona opens up to Vanessa Woodfield about her confusion, confessing that her feelings for Graham are still very strong. A newly released clip shows Vanessa offering some hard truths, ensuring Rona understands the seriousness of her situation. Vanessa tells her friend that she knows what it feels like when a partner develops feelings for someone else. When Rona insists she still loves her husband, Vanessa advises her to be honest and fully open about everything. She emphasizes how crucial the decision is, pointing out that it will affect her entire family. She warns that one wrong move could cost her everything. Rona is visibly shaken as she realizes her choices could destroy the lives of Marlon and their children if she gives in to her lingering feelings for Graham. With Graham back in her life, she now has the chance to explore that connection. But the question remains, is it worth risking the stability of her family? At the same time, Marlon is growing increasingly frustrated as he watches his wife grow closer to her former partner. Tired of the ongoing love triangle, he confronts Rona and demands to know whether she still has feelings for Graham. Emmerdale stars dismissed rumours about a strange storyline, but it has now turned out to be true. If the return of the notorious Emmerdale villain Graham Foster feels like an unlikely soap twist, you're not alone. Actress Zoe Henry once felt the same way. In a recent interview, Zoe, who plays Rona Goskirk, admitted she believed her character's former love interest, coming back from the dead, was simply too unbelievable. It was a huge secret, she explained, but oddly, Mark Charnock and I had both heard a rumour and both ignored it because he's so dead. I mean, he's completely dead. He was really blue. He's gone. And indeed, Graham was thought to be dead. He was killed on screen by Rona's abusive ex-husband, Pierce Harris, who ran him over and struck him with a torch, leaving no chance of survival. Although his body was identified and cremated, it was later revealed that Graham had actually faked his death using his SAS training. He survived the attack and returned years later, plotting revenge against Kim Tate for her attempt to have him killed. Now back in the village, Graham is focused on breaking Kim's control over his former associate, Joe Tate. But that isn't his only reason for returning. He is also drawn back to Rona, the love of his life, though she is now married to Marlon. Zoe Henry recalled how she and Mark Charnock first heard the rumours about Graham's return. We were talking and Mark asked, "Have you heard?" And I said, "Yeah, I've heard." Then we were called into a meeting, and on the way Mark said, "It's happening, isn't it?" I asked, "What do we say? Do we admit we've heard the rumours? This is awkward." We told Laura Shaw, "We know," and she was shocked, saying nothing stays secret here. We managed to keep it from the audience, which is the important part. The best reveals are when viewers go, "What?" And that's exactly what we wanted. That reaction was exactly what happened when Graham reappeared during a major crash storyline. After a mysterious escape and a phone call suggesting he was cancelling the contract, it became clear he was still deeply involved in dangerous criminal activity. Despite this, Rona still has feelings for him. Since Graham admitted his love, she has found herself torn between dependable Marlon and the intense, dangerous Graham. In recent episodes, Graham's actions begin to catch up with him. His decision to cancel the hit puts him in danger, and his enemies are now after him. Soon after, Rona arrives at Home Farm to find him stabbed. As she cares for him, Marlon arrives, forcing an emotional confrontation. Heartbroken, he asks Rona the question he fears most, whether she still loves Graham. Her silence says everything. When Graham recovers, he confronts Rona outside the Woolpack, demanding to know her choice. Will she risk her family for him? Zoe Henry remains tight-lipped about the outcome, but hints at Rona's inner struggle, suggesting her words may be an attempt to convince herself she has no lingering feelings. The moment she sees Graham and realizes he's truly alive again, it takes her right back to how she felt years ago, she explained. A difficult situation for Marlon. Emmerdale airs on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX.